I have to leave you. Don't know how, 'cause it feels so right. It's just you. I have to break through, but I know you will win the fight. So close, I'm down inside of me. So close, you leave.
tired. I just feel the pressure of the things that I have in mind. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I can't adjust it for a while. I really want to see what it looks like. To have a moment I know that would be mine. When the windows are all closed, like a picture of a time. When the future is a hole you're looking for. Save me from everything. Tell me where to find my way. I'm just looking for something. I can't make it another day. 'Cause I'm falling down, fading away. 'Cause I'm falling down. This is what I know, I just keep running. I was working fast and hard, never thinking about now. But living unhappy thanks to all the things that I have to try. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I can't adjust it for a while. I really want to see what it looks like. To have a moment I know that would be mine. Would be mine. Save me from everything. Tell me where to find my way. I'm just looking for something. I can't make it another day. 'Cause I'm falling down, fading away. 'Cause I'm falling down. This is what I know, I just keep running. If I survive, if I am strong, why do I feel I never glow? But I'll survive and I'll be strong.
Hello and welcome everybody to another wonderful Wednesday night full of race and action here. I hope you all are excited and ready here on this Thanksgiving Eve. That's right, tomorrow we got that wonderful holiday where we get to see our family and friends, and even more important, we get to stuff our faces up a little bit with some good tasting food. But that's tomorrow. Today we're here at Nashville Super Speedway. A nice little 1.1/3 track here that's kind of designed like one of those 1.5-mile tracks. And man, oh man, I think we're in for a great show of action here tonight. I am joined, as always, in the booth by Mr. Alan English. Alan, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm looking forward to Turkey Day tomorrow, man. You kidding me? Fat boy wants to eat. But yeah, tonight, we're officially 2/3 of the way through the season. This is race 11 of 15, I believe. No, this is race 10 of 15, isn't it? Well, regardless, the season's starting to wind down, and looking at the points race here with Pope and Robertson and Bittner up front, there's still a couple of guys fighting for a top 5 here, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here tonight at Nashville. This is not a racetrack that we visit very often. But hopefully get a lot of good green flag laps in tonight.
And that is the hope. As down there on pit road, we got Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, how are you doing tonight, man?
Oh man, I'm great. It's track's 103 degrees. You got 60% fuel, 1 fast repair, 13x incident limit, and let me tell you this: I did a little test run out there. It's not too slippery. I think the track's perfect. A couple different lines you can run. I think it's gonna be very smooth, very quick race. I think these guys are going to have some fun. Really fun track, but the tires will be an issue at some point during the runs.
They do have 2 fast repairs this week. I just saw it in the little info thing.
Oh, they're changing it up. 2 fast repairs. Well, they're not going to need them.
Yeah, hopefully they won't have to use them.
I mean, I got through about 30 laps out there, and, if I can do that, anybody can. But fun track. Looking forward to it, and as always, thanks to D&D Race Graphics and Keller Williams, Johnson City, Tennessee. They can work for you no matter where you are in the country.
That's the man himself, Mr. Ricky Wittenberg. Also, feel free to go check out the Vigilante Report podcast over on SoundCloud that Ricky Wittenberg and Josh Bittner put on, because nothing like a little info on the down low. For the kind of like inside information, that's the place you definitely want to go if you want to hear kind of the behind the scenes workings and kind of what goes around here on these Wednesday nights. But as we look at today's race info, like you said, Adam, it is hot. It is going to be a tire eater of a track. But other than that, the weather looks good. Beautiful, bright, sunshiny day. And that's going to bring us to that key to the race, and it's grip that wheel tight. This is a very, very bumpy concrete racing surface, so yes, tires are going to go away, but not only that, the truck's going to bounce around from lane to lane, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, once these guys get quite a few laps on them tires, hitting one of those bumps may upset the rear end of that truck, so expect these guys to be probably babying these tires at least for a while. Till they get them built up to temp and all that. But Adam, you said, if you drive it right, these trucks are very forgiving. You can really get a lot of life out of those tires, even after you start to slow down a second or two.
Yeah, these trucks they just got a great platform. They really easy to run. This track, in my opinion, is fun to run. Of course, now I didn't run the tires off of the thing. Tire wear is going to be the key, and all those bumps y'all had mentioned there. And it's an older concrete surface, so it's going to eat up those tires. But man, I don't see any issues here. Unfortunately, I'm the guy that wants to see the fight, and I don't think we'll see much on that end tonight. But nonetheless, it's still going to be a good race.
You'll have to wait till Friday for the fight and stuff.
Yeah, we'll fill the people in on that as we kind of get along the race here. But this is not the only race for Vigilante that we're going to be broadcasting here this week. We got the Thanksgiving Scrambler, the kind of leftovers, happening on Friday night. We'll let you know more details kind of as we enter the latter stages of this race and kind of start to slowly move this one down and through. As just kind of looking through the field and looking at some of these practice times, man, both Timothy Pope and Mike Adamson basically running the exact same time, so very close up at the front. And I mean, Tyler Green's only like 100th off, Alex Forget-Berube is only a couple hundredths off, Josh Oxendine's only a couple hundredths off. So I think we're going to see quite a few people up at the front that we don't normally see, or at least have seen them have some good runs, just some bad luck.
Well, in talking with drivers during the interviews at the end of last week's race, every one of them pretty much said the same thing, is that, well, I don't even own the track yet, and I'll buy it and do some practice. But a lot of these guys are brand new to this track, and it's a stranger to them. They've never run it before.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Fun track, but here's the deal. It's for money. So these guys put in some lap times and some laps during the week. 25 for first, 15 for second, 10 for third. Then we get $5 for the random draw at the end of the race. And then we're going to have a super fan of the race. I know you'd like to talk about that, English. I love listening to these people and their comments. And fans of us, I think, or them or something.
Fans of the league.
Just fans of the drivers.
Yeah, we've got a few fans on there already. Chan the Man 72 saying this race ought to be interesting and going to be fun to watch. Josh Oxendine, who's also in the race, says the green flag pit stops are going to be interesting. Ryan Wilford, of course, reached down and grabbed another gear. Josh said, pointing out to him, you spelled beer wrong. But Richard G, good to see you out again. Taking a break from farming, I guess, to join us on the broadcast tonight. So good to see all the fans out there. And tell your friends, share it on Facebook. Shoot the YouTube link, the Twitch link out to your friends. These guys love to be, they love to race, but they like being watched racing too. So make sure we get some good viewer count out there tonight.
We were riding around there with Mike Adamson, no spotlight driver of the week this week. However, they did almost unanimously pick Mr. Adamson there, who currently holds that top spot here in qualifying. So he's definitely one to look out for. Another person keep your eye out on is George Rincon. He's been just kind of running into some bad luck in a lot of these races. We've seen him kind of come through the field, but just a little bit of traffic issues and whatnot, and all of that goes away.
Yeah, you got a few guys towards the bottom end of your top 20 that really need some real strong finishes here on the last stretch of the season here. So you'll see some guys like Mike Leverage out there that's going to do everything he can to get a top 5 or top 10. Wanting to score some points and move up that leaderboard before it gets too late.
Yeah, what's awesome about this league, and we're talking about the night before Thanksgiving, we still have 26, 27 cars here, trucks. I'm sorry, but the participation in this league is just off the charts, and I think it has to do with the way the league is run, and there's some money involved.
Well, and these guys, for the most part, they all get along real well with each other, and they, I think most of the time, really respect each other, and they try to race courteous, but they're still racing hard out there. Don't get me wrong on that. They still all want to win, but you won't see a lot of the shenanigans here that you'll see in some of the other leagues that we've been in and we've broadcast.
But I like shenanigans, so we could see some shenanigans. I don't want it to be totally without shenanigans.
I mean, with the intentional,
Oh, that was awesome.
We see.
I've seen some intentional things recently on some of the other leagues, and really cool. I love it.
As we slowly wind down qualifying here, and we got a little bit of a mixed bag going on. Looks like Mike Adamson is going to hold on to that top spot, so good job from him. See Zach Wheeler in that 20 truck up there now. We've seen him. He qualifies pretty well normally, right around that kind of top 10 spot, just about week in, week out. But he's qualified really well here today. Same thing with Tyler Green in that 5, not having to work through so much traffic. The 07 of Jack Dixon doing pretty good. Matt, I got a feeling we might see a first-time winner here tonight.
We may, and you see right there, one of our fan favorites there, the 12 of Albert Anderson III, sitting in 11th. That's only 5 or 6 rows back on the inside. So I mean, it's not like he's starting in the back. He's got a decent position there starting out. So we've seen Albert. He's one of those guys that likes to make a few moves early and really kind of test what he can do and when he can do it. So good to see Albert out here again. Looks like we might be getting ready to grid some guys up here.
And that we are. So how about we just go ahead and tell everybody where everybody is starting here today. And that's going to start us off with the 51 of Mike Adamson winning pole position here. He's going to be starting up on that front row with the 20 of Zach Wheeler on that outside in second. Timothy Pope in that 728 is going to be starting third with the 19 of Alex Forget-Berube, winner last week. Going to be starting here in fourth. You got the 84 of Josh Bittner here fifth with Tyler Green starting in sixth. 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, the man himself, starting seventh with the 07 of Jack Dixon here in eighth. In ninth, we got that 88 of Eric Klafka looking to kind of change some luck around, get a good finish here today, but he's going to be starting in ninth. And rounding out that top 10 is going to be the 17 of Brian Jablonski.
The aforementioned Albert Anderson starting that 12 machine in 11th place. 29 of Dave Hot Rod Mabry starting in 12th. 63 Josh Oxidine, Old Ox, is starting in 13th. The 81 Jonathan Osborne in the 81 starting 14th. The 28 of George Rincon, we talked a little bit about him during practice. He's starting 15th. The 82 of Michael Everidge starting 16th. 753 of Jeremiah Burke starting deep in the field today. Got time good enough to make 17th on the starting grid here. The 21 of Justin Hutchinson starting right next to him in 18th. The number 4, Deion Jones, starting in 19th in that 4 truck. And rounding out your top 20, the 91 truck of Rob Green.
The 01 of Kelly Cool, 21st. 37 Justin Reilly, 22nd. 15 Jeffrey Green, 23rd. The 999 of Jeff Schneider, 24th. 020 Simon Cobra Sregis, 25th. We don't normally see him down there. We'll see what he has in store. 14th of John Herzig, 26th. And rounding it out, 27th, Austin Paul in the 3 machine.
We do need to mention that a few drivers have carryover penalties from previous races. So a lot of guys that probably thought they were going to get an EOL anyway probably just didn't bother to put a time in. That might be why you see some of those trucks in the back that don't have a qualifying time. And thanks, Matt Forns and Newman Fan and Richard G, of course, on YouTube. Appreciate y'all watching.
That's some good insider baseball information there. Yeah, Matt Forns. Great to see somebody from the great Northwest watching us out there.
Russell Endicott on Facebook preaching, saying it's going to be all about tires. That's going to be the story all night. He did an invitational with a bunch of these guys, practice race, and he said they're amazingly good at this stuff. You got that right. They are pretty good. It's going to be a super fast race. He said he's pulling for Tenderfoot. He's saying go Tenderfoot, number 12, Albert Anderson. So they'll send him around one more time here. I like that they do 2 parade laps. It gives us a little bit of a chance to rattle off a few more bits of information for you guys.
Yeah, so with that parade lap, it looks like everyone's still going to be starting kind of where they are and all that. Also, still a pretty good-sized field here, knowing that tomorrow being the holiday and people like to travel early, which is a smart thing to do. Don't save your travel plans for, last minute. But, 27 trucks here tonight, which is pretty typical of what we see of right around that 28 to 32 drivers.
It's going to look like I-35 in Austin here tonight.
God, I hope not. What a complete gar hole. That is the worst. Waco's about as bad, but we digress as the pace car comes on.
Pace car comes down. Green flag is ready. Everybody's amped up and ready to go. Coming across the line for the first time, Mike Adamson and Alex Forget-Berube on that outside. 2 wide down, green flag racing down into turn number 1. Looks like that 51 of Mike Adamson got a very good restart down there. He's going to be able to stay out in front of Alex Forget-Berube, but he's coming with a full head of steam with the 728 and the 5 having a little battle behind them. He's going to start to single file out here. Looks like Alex is maybe trying to look towards that outside a little bit as we gets up and snags that outside wall. So now Tyler Green moves up into that second position with the 728 of Pope able to get around as well.
Looked like the 28 or the 29. It's the 29. Smashed the rear bumper of the 17 of Jablonski, just caving it in. But these things have such a big spoiler and stuff in the rear end. It didn't even phase them. They kept it. Both of them kept their trucks straight, and we're still racing.
And side by side, we've got Josh Bittner and Jack Dixon. They've been side by side basically since the start of this thing. Not letting each other get by that easily as Mike Adamson continues to lead the race up at the front. We're single filed out first through fourth, but we got a whole bunch of racing action going on back here for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Looks like Josh Bittner just finally getting around that 07 of Dixon. You got the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg sitting there, kind of watching as we almost go 3 wide racing behind them. You got Eric Klafka, Josh Oxendine, and Albert Anderson all mixed up into it. Looks like that 12 of Anderson is going to run that kind of higher line, allow that 88 of Klafka to try to move up through that inside, and it looks like the 63 of Oxendine is going to try the same thing.
Yeah, they're running all over the place. Yeah, I'm watching 20 through 24 back here, and they're just rolling it, man. Really good racing so far.
Jeremiah Burke up 5 spots already. He didn't have too good of a start today, but well, he's rolling now. He's up 5 spots and sitting in 12th. Tyler Green's up 4. He's in the 2nd spot now with the fastest lap of the race, a 30.48.
Through turn 4, these guys go, and they're having a pretty good run as looks like Tyler Green was all up in the 51's back bumper, just letting them know he was there, but still leading this one is that 51 truck of Mike Adamson. And as this thing goes around, we're definitely going to have to wait and see how the tires come into effect here as Josh Oxendine working on that outside of the 28 of George Rincon, able to get around, and so you can see there now Jeremiah Burke sitting right there in 12th, looking to maybe get a move going on the outside, and here he goes.
So they call this a super speedway. I get that. It's a mile and a third. The trucks are pretty doggone fast around here, 150 miles an hour. But look, there's not really enough room to run multiple lines around here, I don't think. I think everybody's pretty much follow the leader and wait for the guy in front of you to make a mistake or try to get a run, stick your nose either outside or inside. I mean, but there's really only one line around here.
Well, I think you could run whatever line, but the best line is what they're running out there, kind of single file, and then pick your poison. When do you want to make that move? Because there is a lot of room on this track if you want to make your moves. So I don't know. They're kind of feeling it out. I don't think many of these guys have been on this track, or we haven't watched a bunch of races at this track. So we're learning here too.
I don't know if this is one that AI is available on, because that's one of the things I like to do is if I'm going to a new track and I'm going to be racing with people, first thing I'll do is I'll set up an AI race, run a few laps. But not all the tracks are available yet on iRacing. They're really adding more all the time, but I'm not sure this one is on there. Somebody might tell me.
As the 81 of Jonathan Osborne and the 01 of Kelly Keel going side by side here for a couple laps. This is back in 16th and 17th, having a battle trying to crawl their way up to a top 15. And Ricky Wittenberg's getting passed right now by the 12 of Albert Anderson, trying to continue his charge up towards that front. He's got a bit of a gap to go up to the 07 of Jack Dixon, about a second. But if anyone can do it, it's Albert Anderson.
Well, Albert Anderson got his fans on and So does Jonathan Osborne, Sister Ashley, and R.D. Osborne also on there, pulling for Jonathan in that 81 truck tonight. Peyton McGowan pulling for Josh, and Chan the Man pulling for Austin Paul out there. So the fans are out tonight.
Yeah, they are, and I love to hear all the stuff they have to say. I learned a lot from the fans and these families out here watching these guys and gals. They're much appreciated. I know that. Looks like that there's a little bit of tire wear. People are moving around a little bit. I'm thinking it's a tire wear issue, as this is a cheese grater track, is like we like to call it.
Russell Endicott saying on Facebook, he said the best chances for passing are probably in turns 1 and 2. He's seen that a lot this week during practices.
He's our insider information guy.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for letting us know.
Fifth Beetle, you know.
Well, not only that, but from what we're seeing out there right now also is, as we're almost going 3 wide with Deion Jones on that low line. You got Justin Hutchinson and Zach Wheeler there as well. Looked like Zach Wheeler was in the middle of trying to pass Hutchinson, just ran out of time and room there as they caught up to that 4 pretty quick. But we're seeing people kind of move up and then move back and then move up and move back. So it's going to be a game of timing your runs, and if you are able to get that run, try to drive away as quickly as possible, as the 21, the 20, and the 4 still having a battle here, almost going 3 wide once again.
Yeah, that's a great battle. I've been watching that. Zach Wheeler got an EOL, so he's going to have to work his way through these guys and fight them. That's what he's doing right here, getting past Deion Jones.
Adam, do you think dirty air is going to have a lot to do with these guys maybe losing some front grip if they get behind a truck and it starts to take some air off their nose? You see any of these guys slide in the fronts, kind of going up into these turns?
Yeah, I think exactly right on the dirty air. Like you talk about all the time, huge hole of air punched with that big spoiler and stuff. And I think the tires, as they wear down, it's going to become a little bit of an issue. It might push you kind of up the track a little bit into that wall.
So 753 is working on that back bumper of the 88 of Eric Klafka, looking to maybe try to get a run going on that outside, but we're definitely kind of seeing a single file lane around here, so passing is definitely getting tricky, as Justin Hutchinson is maybe trying to hold off a battle from the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. It looks like he will do so. So the 81 of Jonathan Osborne might be losing even another spot here as Zach Wheeler tries to come around on that inside.
Yeah, the 01 Akil, he had to start way back at 21st place tonight, but he's on the move big time as he's in 14th place right now. Making some decent lap times out there, too.
Yeah, I'm going to make some decent lap times on drinking some of this cold beer over here. Kind of hot out there on the track today, and I just smell Thanksgiving around here in the Beat Laboratory. Makes me thirsty.
Yeah, we're supposed to get rain tonight and tomorrow, so I got my big awning out there over my smoker right now so I can smoke my turkey in the morning, hopefully the wind don't knock it down, because we get that cold front that y'all saw today is on its way down here, so.
I ain't seen the cold front yet. What are you talking
you haven't
about?
seen it yet? Oh, I thought it went through there already.
I don't know. You're not that far from me, boy.
As the 5 of Tyler Green trying to hold off a attacking Timothy Pope here, looking at a little bit of redemption from last week. Still came away with a 3rd place finish last week, but had a few little mistakes kind of self-caused and put himself in a hole. So he's definitely looking for a little bit of a redemption here, as the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg kind of slowly moving backwards here, now being passed by the 753 and the 63 of Burke and Oxendine. So Ricky's slowly moving his way back. I don't know if he cooked his tires earlier or if he's in tire safe mode here, as Timothy Pope up the inside of that 5, looking to make that move stick, but it looks like Tyler will be able to carry that momentum on that outside. This is the other thing we're going to see here is the people that were able to practice, different lines on these older tires. As you can see there, Tyler Green able to hold off the attack on that inside, on the outside. So we'll see how this one kind of plays out as we continue to roll around here.
Yeah.
51 trucks loving that, isn't he, Adam?
Yeah, he is. And
Driving away.
Jonathan Osborne's loving. He just passed Brian Jablonski. Jablonski looks like he backed into a fire hydrant or something. I didn't see that damage.
That was damage from like lap 2. It looked like Dave Mabry, who had to pit at lap 15. He might have had some temps going up or something on that truck, but I think he was the one that tagged the back of that 17. They didn't spin out or anything, but Jablonski, that may be hurting his aero a little bit.
As the 5 and the 728 still side by side here for almost an entire lap. Man, oh man, it's one of those. Pope gets that run on the inside in the corners, but coming out, the 5, man, it just comes out with a full head of steam as the 728 just gets clear and shuts the door on the 5. So Timothy Pope up into second, and now the 5 is dealing with a challenge from the 19 of Alex Forget-Berube, looking to work up that inside line as Josh Bittner coming down pit road.
Well, a lot of things just happened right there. I think Alex Forget-Berube tapped the number 5 of Tyler Green. A little bit of movement out there on the track right now.
Russell Endicott predicting a lot of green flag stops. He says these guys are too good for cautions at this track, and we are going to have a competition caution around halfway sometime. We don't have the lap number, only the race stewards, the admins are aware of that. So we'll be just as surprised as all of you.
Yeah, Forget-Berube actually apologizing to Tyler Green there for getting in the back of him.
A lot of good sportsmanship in this league. Go, sir.
Yes, Forget-Berube does able to get around that 5 of Tyler Green. So your top 3 right now, Mike Adamson, Timothy Pope, and Alex Forget-Berube. So we'll see what happens here as we continue to see people come on down pit road. And I knew we were going to see green flag pit stops here relatively early, but not necessarily, lap 24 to 26.
So I guess they're going to try to make it a 3-stopper, just splitting the stage because they know a competition's caution is coming at halfway, so they just split the first half of the race. Interested to see if you're going to see any short pitting or anything in the second half of the race.
Or anybody saving it and trying to split the thing in the middle. Yeah, anything can happen here.
As the 28 of George Rincon almost gets his bumper tag there by, I believe that was Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, I was watching that.
Making the peel down pit road. That was close.
Looked like somebody missed a commitment cone too, but brought it on in anyway. I'm not really sure there.
Yeah, pit road speed limit is 45 miles an hour. Just so y'all know, it's very tight and slow. You gotta hammer it down.
It's gonna feel like a funeral procession after running around out there like they have been at 150. Richard G, he's still sticking with his pick, the 728 of Tim Pope. Mason Lear pulling for the 21 of Hutch out there, Mr. Hutchinson in that 21 machine. And Matt Forens, I think this is directed at you, Adam, says, I love this video game. What do you got to say to him?
No, I don't know what he's talking about. It's a simulation. It's not a game. Everybody knows that. That's just what it is. And thank Matt Forens for joining in because, look, he could be the fan of the race and getting a drawing for $50 at the end of the year. So maybe he can win some.
Just maybe as the 21 of Justin Hutchinson and the 20 of Zach Wheeler is still kind of nose to tail out there as looks like Alex Forget-Berube is making a pass on the 728 of Timothy Pope right now. So Alex Forget-Berube looking to continue his string of good racing here, winning last week, looking to bring home another podium, if anything, maybe even another win here tonight.
A lot of racing left to go, but I've been impressed so far how good these guys are at keeping their distance, staying off one another for the most part. You ain't gonna believe this, but looks like we have the 44th president of the United States, Mr. Barack Obama, on YouTube commenting right now, saying yeet or get yeeted.
Wow.
It is what it is, yeet or get yeeted.
I think a guy like that would definitely watch our broadcast, so thanks. Yeet or get yeeted. I'm going to have to Google that, but it sounds cool.
As Timothy Pope comes down that pit lane, the leader of Mike Adamson also came down pit lane, so Alex Forget-Berube is currently holding that top spot until things kind of cycle around here, and it looks like he is going to peel on down pit road here. Same thing with the 5 of Tyler Green. So that's leaving the 21 of Justin Hutchinson and the 37 of Dustin Reilly still out there yet to pit. And I think that's kind of it on our holdouts here.
Yeah, Hutch won't be out there much longer, I don't think.
Yeah, I think we're going to cycle through pretty much everybody here.
Hutchinson, one of those guys that was one of our race fans on YouTube before joining the league, so good to see him out here leading the lap.
So does that mean we get a commission? I mean, we brought him in here, so we should get some.
I think he was on the waiting list.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Come on, it sounded cool.
Yeah, you're right, Adam. I bet that's the case.
Anyway. It's fun to watch for sure.
Continue to roll around here. We got the 753 all over the back bumper of the 12 of Albert Anderson as Justin Hutchinson coming on down through pit road now, and I think Dustin Reilly is probably going to be not too far behind that. And if that's the case, I think Josh Bittner, when things cycle around through, he'll currently hold that lead spot, having a fantastic pit stop, just kind of keeping with that short pit strategy. Kind of kept that strategy last week as well. Let's just kind of wait and see how that kind of plays itself out as Alex Forget-Berube looking to the outside of Jeremiah Burke, getting a little tight and almost up into that wall. Someone who had not the best of pit stops was Timothy Pope, almost losing it on pit road when he came down, so he's got a lot of ground to make up.
Forget-Berube, he won last week at Iowa, but he's still hungry. He wants to go out there and get him another one for sure.
As he drives around the 12 of Albert Anderson like he was standing still a little bit there, able to get that pass done in just under a corner. So your top 3 now, the 84 of Bittner, the 51 of Mike Adamson, and the 19 of Alex Forget-Berube. Man, first round of pit stops complete, and everything is all shaken up.
And Russ Endicott on there pulling for Albert, saying, man, you're in the top 5. Keep on digging. He's in 4th place right now. Runs some pretty good lap times.
Yeah, he's just consistent. I like to call him Mr. America. That guy's smooth as ice, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the top 3, and he's just worked his way through it, just kind of doing his thing. Kind of like Alex Forget-Berube. I had this question, he's from Quebec, I think, Canada. Do they celebrate Thanksgiving up there? What's going on up there?
I think today. Don't quote me on that. I might have to look at a calendar.
So tomorrow's just like a regular day for those guys.
Yeah, it's Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to work. Let me see here.
Put it in the Google.
It's Monday, October the 10th. That's when they had their Thanksgiving. They had it last month on a Monday.
Is that when the Pilgrims terrorized the Indians in Canada? on the 10th of October?
Oh no, that's next year.
Oh,
It's gonna be on the 10th. This year it was on the 11th. So I guess they have it on the second Monday of October. I'm not sure.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something new to
little history here on AAA broadcasting.
Yeah, a little bit of racing action here. You got the 82 of Mike Everidge looking to try to get around the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, trying to get something to happen here, trying to make up some of this lost ground. Same thing, Timothy Pope. He's caught up back to the kind of bumper a little bit of the 5 of Tyler Green, so we'll see how that one plays out. And it looks like Mike Adamson has caught back up to Josh Bittner as well, so we got a couple fights here up in that top 5, looking to get things moving again here as Mike Everidge, excuse me, still behind that 55 of Ricky Wittenberg. Now got a challenge from Jack Dixon coming up, and same thing, the 01 of Kelly Keel. We haven't seen him have the best of luck here lately, but definitely trying to make up some ground here.
Yeah, he had to start way back in the back. He's up 10 spots. He's no slouch tonight. Starting at 21st. And, he's up to 11th now. He's picking people off as he goes here.
Yeah, I think we talk about it too in this league. If you're in the top 15, you're doing something for yourself every race, because
Yep.
huge field, a lot of good drivers, and just
And the competition is just so tight. I mean,
yeah, it's just super tough.
we heard Josh Bittner and Ricky Wittenberg talking about it on the Vigilante Report podcast on SoundCloud this past week. And that's what they say. They both said was, competition is so tight in this league. And here comes a caution. This is going to be your competition caution. It looks like I don't see anybody spinning.
I think so.
All right, so competition yellow coming out on lap
early.
42, very early. So that's going to leave these guys with some question marks for this second half of the race that's going to be coming up here. But Mike Adamson, Josh Bittner, Alex Forget, Berube, your top 3, followed by Albert Anderson up into 4th. Jeremiah Burke sitting there 5th with Tyler Green 6th, Timothy Pope 7th, Mike Everidge 8th, Jack Dixon 9th, and Kelly Keel rounding out that top 10 for this kind of midway caution.
Mr. Barack Obama, 44th president, saying, how do I sign up to race here? Well, Mr. President, all you really need to do is go on iRacing, on your iRacing account, find the Vigilante Racing League in the league directory, or go to their Facebook page, Vigilante Racing League. And there's currently a waiting list right now, as these guys have a full field for the rest of this season, but they could sure keep you in the loop, put you on a waiting list, and it's racing for money, man. It's really a lot of fun, and these guys have fun week in, week out, and it looks like we got a bunch of cars coming down, or a bunch of trucks coming down pit road.
I think just about everybody coming down pit road. We're going to see who stays out there. Looks like maybe just a couple lap cars trying to get some laps back out there, as we got a race coming off of pit road. It's going to be the 5 of Tyler Green beating just about everybody out, including Mike Adamson, Josh Bittner, and then Alex Forget, Berube, Jeremiah Burke, Albert Anderson, Timothy Pope, and Mike Everidge. So looks like maybe a 2-tire stop there for the 5.
Well, I mean, the competition caution came pretty early, and Russ Endicott's calling it right now. He said with the competition caution this early, you're going to see more 2-tire stops after this, maybe. It's going to make it a real strategy game now. He really likes that kind of thing, and so do we. We were kind of thinking the same thing when I heard yellow flags out. I'm looking all over the track going, where's the wreck? And no, they threw it at the beginning of the window there. Yeah. Oh man, it's really going to make it exciting here in the second half.
And I like that, how they threw it a little early.
Oh, I do too.
A little surprise, kind of like Thanksgiving surprise. That's all that was. and it's going to change the strategy going forward. So these guys are going to have to rethink what the original plan was. I'm pretty sure they thought the competition caution was going to come in a little bit later. So that's going to make it real interesting as we get to the next pit stop, you know.
All you're really doing is guessing it's going to be, you know, right around 50, and, you know, adjust your plan from there. And a lot of these guys are thinking real hard about it right now.
As
what their strategy can be going forward.
We continue to roll around here. Let's since we're midway through this race, let's talk to a driver who's kind of midway in that pack. The driver currently in 15th. That's going to be the 3 of Austin Paul. Let's see if we can't get him up here to join us. Hey, Austin, it's Alan, and Adam up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do. How y'all doing?
Hey, man, we're having a great time up here. How are you guys doing out there on the track? It looks a little tough to get some passes going here, but you're doing a pretty good job. Currently 15th, up 12 spots from where you started. So, got any tips going forward for second half of this race?
Save is the biggest thing I get from it. Save your tires, because if it's like Disney on ice out here. It's about after 3-4 laps, you're about slipping and sliding, and it's hard to pass too. So it's more of just hoping you can get some spots at the beginning, and then you're along for the ride, and hopefully it takes you to pit road too.
Well, you got a little moral support on YouTube. Chan the Man 72 saying, "Let's go, Austin! Drive that baby to the front." So you got a little moral support there. Good luck with the rest of the race.
I appreciate it. It's my brother, so he's always my biggest fan. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know about getting to the front, but being in the middle pack is happy with me.
Hey, keep working. It's going to be a fun one to watch, and good luck.
10-4, Rubber Ducky. Y'all have a good one.
Little convoy reference for y'all.
Yeah. You got to be old enough to remember that thing.
Chris Christopherson.
Why do you say it was disdain? It was really good. Good actor.
Yeah, he should have got the Oscar for that, yeah.
Well, I don't think he should have gotten an Oscar or anything, but great songwriter.
Yeah, he should keep writing songs. He really should.
They're coming off.
I'm just playing.
As the pace truck comes peeling off down pit road, getting ready to go back to green flag racing here. Tyler Green, Mike Adamson up at the front, ready to go. And here we go down and across the line, side by side here. Once again, going back to that green flag racing. It looks like Tyler Green on that inside is going to have a great run there on the 51. However, the 51 still hanging on to that back quarter panel. Just able to hang on, maybe getting a little bit of momentum coming off of the corner, and they're too wide behind them for a couple rows behind them as well. You got the 84 of Bittner, the 19 of Alex Forget Berube as the 51 looks to maybe cross over the 5 as the 5 drifts wide coming out of the corner, moving down to that aproned line. And yes, so Mike Adamson back up into the lead. It looks like now Josh Bittner trying to maybe make a move coming on through, but big checkup on that bottom line. Everybody getting all stacked up and back together here. You also got the 12 of Albert Anderson on the outside of Jeremiah Burke trying to get some passes going on, but we're starting to maybe see a little bit of this close action race and hold some of these guys up with a little bit of checkups that these guys weren't seeing normally.
Yeah, 12's making that outside line work for him pretty well, and not really close enough to really put a side draft on the inside, but you got cars stacking up behind him here a few rows back. Jack Dixon and the 63 Oxidine. Whew. There's a little pucker factor there. Everybody keeps rolling.
There's a lot of action all over the track. Josh Bittner looks like he's just making really good runs, and he's just having a hard time passing.
As it looks like the 753 gets out there and snags that outside wall. That's going to allow the 82 of Mike Everidge to sneak on around. And man, oh man, with how close this racing's been, it's just holding kind of people up. And that's what we kind of saw from Josh Bittner. He was ready to, pass both Adamson and Green up here at the front. The problem was if they're side by side, you got nowhere else to go. You're just got to let off, and you lost a whole bunch of momentum of a run that you could have had.
Yeah, there's a lot of chatter out there on the track about, little checkups here and there. No anger, no hatred so far. So I'll be back to report that if it happens.
Ryan Wilford on YouTube saying, I'm just waiting for these live streams to become like interactive videos where the viewer can like control what's going on, you know, like I guess kind of like a choose your own adventure book. Y'all remember those when you were a kid? And then Barack Obama, the 44th president, saying shake and bake on YouTube. Thank you, Mr. President.
So that guy wants us to be like a puppet, and he wants to be able to control everything from his
I don't know. I mean,
computer.
I wish there was movies like that where you could tell them, hey, don't answer the phone, you know?
I think there are. Yeah, Don't Answer the Phone. That's a scary movie. I don't remember the name of it.
I don't know, I was screaming when I was watching it, though. I remember that.
The call's coming from inside your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, all just wondering if you've remembered about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah. They will find
reminds me. I'm going to have to work on that one.
As the 753 of Jeremiah Burke kind of moving backwards here a little bit after tagging that outside wall. He's now facing a challenge on the inside of Kelly Keel and Ricky Wittenberg trying to move up after that restart. Same thing with Jack Dixon, not the best of restarts for him, kind of getting caught up in a little bit of one of those kind of checkups that we saw. He's looking to make up some ground here as Mike Adamson overtakes Tyler Green once again for the lead. Let's see if he can hold on to it this time, as those two had swapped positions quite a few times in a very short amount of laps. But we are past that halfway point as the 5 almost gets into that 51, able to just keep that bumper off of it. Like I said earlier, this is just going to be a race of timing those runs. If you can't really time it up that well, you're just going to get stuck and not able to pass around anybody.
Yeah, and the 55 of Whitberg back there, when he went through 1 and 2, looks like he caught a piece of the apron and slid up the track a little bit. Jack Dixon, a couple other guys had to check up behind him, but they got it all sorted out. Mr. Obama saying how often these races happen? Every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night.
Yeah, we got a
8 p.m.
special race Friday, too, if you want to tune in and watch.
Oh, they're wrecking! Dixon and Wittenberg wrecking.
It looks like they're both still rolling, so great.
15 got a piece of that too. I'm sorry.
Great job from them, able to kind of hang on to it and keep this thing rolling. So we are still green flag racing there. Did you see the cause of that one there, Mr. English, or?
It looked like a racing incident. It looked like the 55 and the 7 got together. The 7 looks like he got the worst of it as far as getting sideways, but they were able to get it back straight, as you can do with these trucks. It's pretty easy to get it back straight and get it back going, but the loss in speed caused the 15 to come. It looked like he smacked the 55.
Yeah, I think that tire wear we're kind of seeing that we talked about, during the intermission there. I'm watching Everidge here. Mike Everidge really got a fast truck. He's moving up 9 spots in 7th position. He's got a big dent in the back and a big Blue Nation 82 machine. But he's having a good run right here.
He's also getting challenged right now by the 63 of Josh Oxendine. Also having a pretty solid run here today. Looking at that inside of Mike, trying to get around. And it looks like Mike Everidge maybe got a little tap to the rear end there. Backing up into one of those parking lot light poles or something, because he's got a pretty decent sized dent in that truck, but it doesn't seem to be holding him back too bad.
Yeah, he's still running pretty quick out there. He's having a fight right now, so really cool stuff happening out on the track.
As up here in the front, we got the 5 of Tyler Green able to hold off Timothy Pope once again, running that outside line, able to kind of just carry that momentum through. But Pope is going to be pretty eager to try to catch up to the 51 of Mike Adamson. So Pope, after a bad green flag pit stop there, getting the competition yellow to get everybody all back grouped up together. He's now back up into that top 3, trying to pick up as many spots as he can, as Josh Oxendine, Zach Wheeler, and Kelly Keel. Same thing with Mike Everidge, all grouped up back here.
Full disclosure, guys, I just got a warning about my connection quality, so if y'all lose me, I'll try to be back as soon as possible. Ryan Wilford on YouTube saying, "Let's go Ox," of course. In here pulling for the 63 truck. Josh Oxendine.
I thought you were going to disclose something crazy or something like that.
Oh, no, I'm just letting you
I'm a
know.
little concerned. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen.
I have no secrets except my tortilla guy. I'm not going to tell y'all who my tortilla guy is. I had some flown in here the other day, and
yeah,
I'm going to disclose that.
you got to fly them in from,
Texas.
South Central Texas.
Yeah,
That's
fly them
that's
in
where
from
you
an
get 'em.
HEP location somewhere.
Somewhere
North
near
Central Texas,
you.
maybe. Yeah.
Kind of near Waco, where they shoot dice all the time and roll snake eyes.
Might have one at Gatesville, I'm not sure.
As-
It looks like some two-wide action back here, Brown.
That we do, as the 82 in the 63 still side by side. Now the excuse me, the 20 of Zach Wheeler and the 01 of Kelly Keel looking to make their way through. Same thing with Austin Paul. We just got finished talking to him. He's up 16 spots now, up to 11th, so he's having a little bit of a run here. He's able to get through the action with Jeremiah Burke. He's now got Eric Klafka coming up inside of him. Same thing with Justin Hutchinson looking at making a move. And right behind them, we got the 4 of Deion Jones and the 15 of Jeff Green side by side with the 28 of George Rincon kind of stuck behind them. Same thing with Brian Jablonski right there, as Ricky Wittenberg still kind of struggling to get up to pace. I wonder if he's got some damage from that incident that he was involved in there. He's now got the 29 of Dave Mayberry looking up the inside of him. Looks like the 81 of Jonathan Osborne trying to make up some ground as well. Same thing with that 020 of Simon the Cobra Sregis. He's up one spot on the day so far right now, running 24th, but he's definitely looking up, making up some ground. Same thing with the 07 of Jack Dixon, man. Talk about some bad luck and some heartbreak there. He's just trying to maybe get around to the green flag pit stops to basically get a new truck, because he's fallen back quite a bit, as Timothy Pope is able to get around Tyler Green, and he's now trying to chase down that 51 of Mike Adamson. But we got a battle here with Josh Bittner and Tyler Green. Tyler looking up the inside, trying to get back around Josh, and Alex Forget-Berube in that 19 trying to get into the mix there too, but he smacks that outside wall a little bit.
Ooh, got one car all the way down to the apron. Kept it going. We've seen a couple guys use that apron. We saw Mike Adamson do it to slide up in front of the first place car earlier, and he's still hanging on to that first place. It looks like he's got about a kind of gap has he got on second. Looks like about 7 seconds. No, I'm looking at it wrong. It's a second. It's right at a second.
Yeah, I don't know if you're looking at the Louisiana conversion or about a second there. So 7 seconds in Louisiana.
I'm a little under the weather, so my brain's not functioning.
Well, those
Quite-
tortillas should have perked you up.
Yeah, all them carbs.
As the 3 of Austin Paul continues this surge forward, now up into 9th. He's definitely in that running for hard charger of the day so far, up 18 spots. He's also got a little bit of ground to make up to get any more positions, but behind him you got Eric Klafka and Mike Everidge having a little battle. Looks like Eric Klafka was able to just walk away from that one right in front, and kind of behind them you got Kelly Keel, you got Jeremiah Burke. Looks like the 82 taking the long way around to come into pit road here.
Yeah, I don't know why he's using that access road. Maybe because of the traffic on the track, I'm not really sure there. You don't have to use that access road.
Well, I mean, it's there.
Yeah, maybe.
A lot of these guys haven't run here. They don't know. It's kind of like Indy. I think Indianapolis has an access road kind of like that, and use it, don't use it, whatever.
We got some. Go ahead, sir.
I was just going to say, we got some people pitting now as we have 30 laps here to go. The leader, Mike Adamson, coming down pit road, so that's going to give Timothy Pope the lead for the moments, and Josh Bittner currently there in second. We saw him early pit that first time, so I think maybe Mike Adamson kind of seeing what kind of luck he had, maybe playing that early card here as well. But Bittner staying out on this run. Albert Anderson, the third, now coming down pit road. Zach Wheeler's catching up to that back bumper of Josh Oxendine, trying to get his way up into a top 5 position right now.
Russell Endicott with the movie references. You ain't gonna stump me, man. That's one of my favorite movies too. The One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He's saying it's medication time. It's medication time, and he means time.
Wow, Tyler Green's coming down into the pits. A lot of stuff happening here. But thanks. Go ahead.
Oh, Josh Oxendine, man. Whew. That was a little dicey. He was kind of on and off the apron while he was trying to come down into the pits, breaking that truck loose a little bit, but able to come on down into pit road, man. This pit road isn't that easy to come down. It is basically straight after turn number 4, so that's a very sharp turn to try to make at speed here today.
Yeah,
really
Tyler
checking up early to that.
Yeah, and Tyler Green just overshot his pit box a hair, and it's going to cost him probably a second or two.
Oh, under green, that's going to suck.
Well, while we got a second, let's talk about the Vigilante report. D&D Race Graphics and Keller Williams of Johnson City, Tennessee. They can do everything for you. You get a hold of them. I don't care if you're in Alaska. They can figure out something for you if you're looking for realty options. So Keller Williams, Johnson City, Tennessee, Ricky Wittenberg. Look him up. He can do it. Anything from you, wherever you are in the country.
So Tim Pope continues to lead this race around as we're approaching that 25 laps to go mark at about a second, a third lead over Josh Bittner here in second. And Josh has about a second lead over Alex Forget-Berube, currently riding around in third. But it's just a matter of time before these guys come on into pit road. And it looks like those are your only holdouts here as Alex Forget-Berube makes that turn to come on down in. So just a matter of time for Timothy Pope and Josh Bittner to do it as well.
Well, I mean, take a chance, you know. Stay out there. Maybe something will happen in the next couple laps. And if nothing develops, go ahead and come on down. I mean,
yeah, the only thing developing right now is the pyramid of Lone Star cans that got going on over here. Well, I'm working harder than real Mrs. Poindexter. I know that.
So Josh Bittner now coming down pit road. So that just leaves Timothy Pope out there, out in front, all alone. And if you're Timothy Pope, you're out there saying, man, a caution right now would be pretty good because everyone would be trapped a lap down.
oh, a couple cars in the wall. Ooh, got one spinning.
Uh-oh.
Looks like they all saved it. The 81 was involved in that. Jonathan Osborne.
He is slow getting back going here.
Man. He tried to split the middle. 2 slow cars that had an incident. He tried to split the middle, and Ashley's brother out there today. Just Jonathan having problems trying to get through traffic there.
Well,
And
Paul coming down.
Barack Obama on YouTube looking for the M&M's car while casually eating M&M's.
Yeah, it looks like
I'm more of a Jelly Belly guy myself. Go ahead, Mr. Brown.
it looked like that 3 had a lot of damage, maybe getting involved in that little situation there. So he came down pit road to get it all fixed up. But Timothy Pope right now getting passed by some of these guys on those fresher tires. Mike Adamson getting that lap back. So if you're Timothy Pope now, you got to start thinking about coming down into pit road, which I think he is now by the looks of it, because he was just losing time after time there.
So Adamson continues to perform and just dominate out there in front of this. I mean, keep it clean in the pits. Don't miss your box. Don't speed. Good things will happen to you. And the 51 is just, he's doing a great job out there today. Albert Anderson, look at him right there behind Adamson.
Yeah, he's facing a challenge from Tyler Green in that 5 right now. I believe Tyler Green, excuse me, no, it looks like, yes, Tyler Green having the fastest lap of the race so far, just coming off of those last pit stops. But yeah, Albert Anderson currently up into second, probably one of his best positions he's been in since day one here, looking to try to hold on and stay up into that kind of podium area. You got the 20 of Zach Wheeler trying to get around the 82 of Mike Evers back here. This is for 8th, and it looks like he will be able to do so. And man, it just looks like Timothy Pope might have stayed out on those tires a little too long, because he's now back here in 11th, but he does have the freshest tires out of everybody, so look for him on a later run to make a pretty hard charge.
Yeah, he's gambling, and you talk about Zach Wheeler, it's showing him only, he's down 6 spots allegedly, but he had an EOL. He started from the back, and look at him, he's up to position number 8 right now. So he's charging right through the field.
Josh Bittner, hearing what he had to say on the Vigilante report, he was one of those guys last week that he short pitted, trying to gain a tire advantage towards the end of that race last week. So a little bit of the same kind of strategy we're seeing out of the 84 tonight.
Deion Jones is coming in on the number 4 truck right now on the pit road. So Yahtzee.
It's the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg's kind of struggle fest here tonight continues. He's now trying to get back around the 29 of Dave Hot Rod Mayberry, as Timothy Pope setting the fastest lap of the race now with those new fresher tires. But yeah, Ricky unfortunately now using up that fast repair, trying to make up some ground. Currently sitting in 18th, looking to crawl his way back up through this field. Kelly Keel right now sitting in 15th, getting passed by the 15 of Jeff Green there.
Ooh, not so fast. Let's see if he makes it clear. He sure did.
He sure did. So that 15 of Jeff Green having a pretty solid run here today, as Albert Anderson is getting a little bit of a benefit from a Tyler Green and Josh Bittner fight going on behind him. Look for that 12 of Albert Anderson to kind of maybe drive away from those two just a little bit here, as they are still side by side heading through turns 1 and 2, coming across through the exit. Man, oh man, not a lot of space going on there. It looks like the 5 tucking up behind that 84 just a little bit, and looking to maybe do a little bit of a crossover now, looking towards that outside, but I don't know if that's going to work out for him, as Josh Bittner now looks to try to sneak up the inside of the 12.
And a couple of guys here in the back still struggling. John Herzig, of course, one of those guys that ended up with an EOL penalty from a previous race incident, having to start in the back. Just he's up 5 spots right, or 4 spots right now, but still just struggling back there. Him and the 020 of Simus Regis.
And Tyler Green able to get around the 12 of Albert Anderson, but I got a feeling that fight isn't done yet, as we now have 14 laps to go here at Nashville Super Speedway. We thank you all for tuning in and watching this exciting Wednesday racing action here with the Vigilante Racing League. We got the 753 of Jeremiah Burke all over that back bumper of the 20 of Zach Wheeler. looking to try find some way around that 20 truck, just not able to. And same thing back here in 11th and 12th. You got the 21 of Justin Hutchinson trying to get around the 82 of Mike Everidge. Those two have been side by side for a little bit of a while, and looks like he will get that pass done. Also got Timothy Pope back here in 7th, slowly crawling his way back up through this leaderboard. Now making a pass up the inside of the 63 of Josh Oxendine, trying to make up for maybe pitting a little bit too late there, as we now have 12 laps to go, and he's got a lot of ground to make up.
I'm watching Albert Anderson follow the 5 of Green as he goes around a car there. I think that was the lap truck of Ricky Whitberg, maybe.
And Albert's not careful
Oh,
here.
he's
He's getting a little. Looks like the 4 of Dion Jones there.
Yeah, sorry, folks. Sometimes I rely a little too much on my scoring chart and get it mixed up. Sorry
No,
about
don't ever look at the computers. Trust your little old eyeballs, you. That's all you gotta do. You just trust your eyes. Watch the race. Quit looking at all those stats and stuff those computers do.
And that 4 of Dion Jones, maybe with a little bit of fresher tires, trying to get a lap back here on Albert Anderson, having to check up there as maybe tires starting to come into effect for Mr. Anderson, as Alex Forget-Berube also able to get around him. Now he's trying to chase down that 5 of Tyler Green, who's had a great race here today. We've seen him, crawl through fields to some poor qualifying and whatnot, but Tyler Green in that 5 truck having a great race here today, currently running in 3rd, but with 9 laps to go here, he's going to have a challenge with the 19 of Forget-Berube.
Yeah, Barack Obama and Matt Forn's talking about the French drivers. We got any French drivers out there? Well, Alex Forget-Berube is French-Canadian, but he's Canadian, so.
He likes crepes over pancakes. I think we
that's
talked
true.
about this.
Yeah, yep.
We did discuss it. But Tyler Green is out there like every week he drives it like he stole it. We'll see how it ends up with Forget-Berube here.
Ford Machine had a pretty good run there too.
And like I said, I think it's a matter of old versus fresher tires here, as the 14 of John Herzig continues to have a problem, goes a lap down on these guys, and just able to stay out of the way, as the 728 of Timothy Pope looking to crawl his way up, as we got 7 laps to go here now. He's kind of caught up into this mix, trying to make a pass on the 19 of Alex Forget-Berube, but Alex shutting the door on that one. And man, that 4 truck of Dion Jones, that's going to come into a factor here.
Yeah, he's a couple of laps down, but Dion on them fresher tires he's going to be hard to pass here, and it's going to be kind of a rolling roadblock for these guys fighting for position on the lead lap. But hey, he's entitled to do that, He doesn't have to move over and let him go.
That indeed, as Alex Forget-Berube and Timothy Pope side by side as they come across the line. Timothy Pope trying to get that run on the outside with the little bit of fresher tires there. Got about a 4-lap differential between the 19 and the 728 in regards to pit stops there, and it looks like Timothy Pope will be able to take that position away. So now Tyler Green's got to hold off a charging 728.
Pope on the inside here on Green.
He is making every single line work to his advantage as well. You got Josh Bittner up there slowly chipping away at that lead that Mike Adamson had. Its gap's now down to 1.8. But for Timothy Pope to try to gain any more positions, he's got to climb back like 2.5 seconds here in the final 5 laps. As Dave Hot Rod Mayberry is eyeballing that back bumper of the 15. Jeff Green trying to work his way up to a 14th kind of place here. A little bit of a battle going on there. You got Josh Oxendine now creeping his way up to that back bumper of the 12 of Albert Anderson, trying to get something to go. Same thing with the 20 of Zach Wheeler. Man, Zach Wheeler and Josh Oxendine, these two have been neck and neck just about the entire gosh dang race.
Yeah, it's fun to watch them two trucks get into it. They've been making it exciting back here. Albert Anderson still trying to get a top 5 here, but it's like he's a pretty good distance behind the 19 now.
That's the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg chasing down the 29 of Hot Rod Mayberry, as we now have 3 laps here remaining. The gap is down to a second and a half for first to second, and almost a second and a half for second and third. So this one's going to be coming down to the wire a little bit here. Now with 2 laps to go, Mike Adamson still hanging on to that lead spot. He is coming up on some lap traffic here, and looks like he had to deal with some with Kelly Keel, but able to get around there, coming through turns 3 and 4 now. And
Leon Jones is driving like he wants to unlap himself times 3. He's really moving out there.
Well, he is running out of laps as that white flag waves. No more cautions from here on out. The race will end here on this lap, says Timothy Pope, sitting there in third, and Josh Bittner in second. Unfortunately, I think some traffic's going to get in the way there of Bittner's run, so Mike Adamson with a healthy gap out there, coming down and across the line, picking up the win here at Nashville.
Awesome.
Well, Timothy Pope's back in the money. I don't think he's been in one of these where he hadn't won something.
No, he did catch up to Josh Bittner due to that traffic by quite a bit, but Bittner able to just hang on to that. It looks like Zach Wheeler just finished behind Josh Oxendine there, so those two, great battle. Always pleasant there to watch. But your big winner of the day, 51 of Mike Adamson. While we have our cool down laps, and they're going to take their little picture here as they come back across the line. Let's do the random draw driver of the day. And it looks like we had 26 cars still running here at the end. So I will click this generate button 3 times, and after that 3rd time, that number will correspond with the finishing position, and that will be the lucky driver of the day. So here we go, a 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be the 20th place finisher of Kelly Keel.
Yeah, look at that. In the money. Congratulations to Kelly Keel winning $5, man. And fan of the race, get put in a drawing for a $50 gift card at the end of the season. Who's our fan of the race?
Sorry, I'm still typing. Richard G on YouTube is your super fan of the race. Congratulations, Richard. Your name will be entered into a drawing to be performed at the end of the season for a $50 gift card. So thanks for watching us on YouTube.
All right. Well, it looks like everybody is ready to get these interviews underway. We're going to start here with our 3rd place finisher, and that's going to be Mr. Timothy Pope. Here, let's get the right stuff going. And here we have Mr. Pope finishing in the money once again. A solid podium 3rd place finish here today. Looked like strategy was almost working out in your favor there with that very late pit stop kind of at the end, but just running out of time. Man, talk about how hard it was to pass here tonight. It looked like it was a kind of single groove track, unless you had a little bit of fresher tires or something. It was hard to get around people today.
Yeah, it's a single groove track once the tires wear off. But yeah, I stayed out longer to try to. That's the only thing I think I could do to try to snag a win, to stay out a little longer and have fresher tires at the end. But I just couldn't quite run them back down.
Were you one of the people like us that was kind of surprised how early the competition caution came, and did that affect any of your strategy for the second half of the race?
Yeah, I figured it would come more out later than what he said between the 40 to 50. I think what he said. I expected it to come on the later end of it.
Well, you made the best of it, and you're in the money once again. Congrats. Do you have any shout-outs?
Vigilante for putting the series on. Nowski Nation as always, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations here on that third place finish. We always love seeing you up there in that kind of top 3 positions there, Mr. Pope, and we look forward to seeing what you can handle next week. Are you going to be racing with us on Friday night at Crandon?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I have never really ran them trucks, so I don't know yet.
All right, man. Well, if you do, we'll see you then. But until the next time, good luck, my friend.
All right, thank you. See you next week.
Then moving up that leaderboard, we're going to move on to that 84 of Mr. Josh Bittner, one of the co-hosts of that Vigilante Report podcast. Man, another solid finish for you here today. Just shy of picking up that win kind of once again. But, hey, a second place finish here isn't that bad, as it seemed like it was a lot of hard work to try to hang on to that second place.
Yeah, guys, there was a lot of strategy into this race, and quite frankly, my brain just melted afterwards. I told my teammates this is probably going to be the hardest race of the year that's not on the road course, and I can definitely attest to that. It just overall, it was really fun having to test out that strategy, and all the drivers in this league did a great job of keeping it green flag other than the comp caution. So it was a lot of fun with the being able to go pretty much wire to wire green flag racing.
So you did try a little short pit action last week. Looks like you tried a little bit of it again tonight. Just not quite enough to catch the 51 truck. Talk about that, and also talk about what your expectations are for Watkins Glen next time.
Well, going in on the first pit stop, I just tried to split it halfway as evenly as possible. I saw one or two guys go down pit road, and I figured, heck, I might as well go down pit, and it worked out in my favor. I was able to net 2 positions, went from 4th to 2nd, and I also saw, because I think it was Alex Forget, Berube, and Tyler Green were battling real hard there for like 2nd place, I think, at the time. So I wound up just, instead of trying to race for that position, I just went straight to the pits, and that worked out. But then the second time, I saw Mike go really early, and I thought, heck, maybe I could try and flip the tables a little bit, because I thought in my head that he went a little bit earlier than I would have in that situation. So I pit a little bit later, and I was able, with fresher tires, I went by Albert Anderson and Tyler Green, and I think I burned my tires up a little bit doing that. And but kind of like how it went for Homestead with me, where I had the tires, but I just burnt the heck out of them, and I kind of ran out of places to go. But overall, when I'm points racing, trying to make up some points to Tim Pope, and heck, I'm scratching and clawing, got 1 point today. So not too disappointed. And but for Watkins Glen, I'm really going to be excited for that. I love road courses. I had fun at the Red Bull rink, so hopefully we can bring that energy to Watkins Glen.
Yeah, congratulations. You're in the money again. Do you have anybody you want to thank, sponsors, anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. Well, of course, I want to thank you guys for putting this on. Great as always. Going to be looking forward to watching this broadcast after the race, and my teammates at Vigilante Omega. Always with them through thick and thin. Appreciate the kinship and the good info they bring every week when we're racing. And of course, Ricky Wittenberg and of Keller Williams, Johnson City, Tennessee. If anyone's looking for a realtor or needs help trying to buy or sell a house, if you hit up Ricky, his number's on my truck. Not that I have that memorized, but he is really good, and he can refer you to the proper realtor, and he's got a lot of good connections. And he also runs D&D Race Graphics. I whipped up this paint scheme, just a little change of scenery, but he normally has my paint scheme on the truck, but he has a lot of the paint schemes in the field. does a fantastic job with that. So just really appreciate his help with that and him supporting the league so much.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the second place finish here this week. Hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving tomorrow, and we look forward to seeing you not only next week, but a little bit of some jumpy jump action on Friday.
Yes, sir, and happy Thanksgiving to you guys too.
All right, so before we get to that race winner, let's get our lucky random draw driver of the day up in here. That's going to be that 01 of Kelly Keel as we get him in the middle of a conversation here. That's typically
Sorry
of
about
our
that,
luck.
bud.
But finishing in 20th here today, not necessarily the finish you wanted out there, but man, it looked like those tires, man, it was a struggle to get anything rolling out there.
Yes, it was. It was difficult. Again, I didn't qualify very well, and it seems like every time I don't qualify well, but during the race, I always have to race my way back up to the top 15, 10. I made it up to I think 9th or 10th, and then I finished 20th. Kind of blows, but what do you do?
Yeah, you were in the thick of it a couple times. We saw it was, they call it a single groove track, but there was a lot of side by side going on out there, and a lot of checkups. Did you see a lot of checkups? With guys maybe getting loose or thinking they were going to get into the truck outside them, so they're getting out of the gas.
Oh yeah, there's a few times I don't remember who I'm around. Half the time I'm just so focused, trying not to run somebody over. But there was a few times that I think it was Wheeler. I think I was behind Wheeler at one point, 20 truck, and we checked up. But it's sometimes it's hard not to run over somebody.
Yeah, well, 20th place, that's okay because you won the money tonight for $5 for just random draw. Congrats, and look forward to next week at Watkins Glen. You got any thoughts on that?
Watkins Glen, road course. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not very good on road courses, so we'll see. I don't think I've even owned that track, so I'm gonna have to buy that one.
Well, man, still having a okay finish here. I mean, any time you can finish a race, I guess that's a pretty good finish. Especially with these guys, man. I mean, that 20th place. That's a hard fought 20th place. Before we let you go, got to wish you a happy Thanksgiving for tomorrow. And got any shout outs or anything you want to get out there?
Sure, I'd like to shout out to Acacia and Anthony. I'm pretty sure Acacia is working tonight, but I think she's sneaking away to watch some race tonight. So shout out to her and Anthony.
Awesome, man. Well, we wish you the best of luck for next week. Hope you can buy the track and get some practice laps in there on time. And who knows? Maybe are we going to see you on Friday night as well?
Oh yeah, I'll be there Friday night.
Awesome, man. Well, again, good job racing here tonight, and look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, thanks guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, man.
All right, see ya.
And now on and up to our race winner here. That's going to be the 51 of Mike Adamson. Man, oh man, Mike, it looked like you were leading this thing from the get-go, but it wasn't easy. You had to fight through some traffic, and man, talk about just how great of a race this was, especially to go essentially flag to flag with that competition yellow in between. But it looked like it was extremely hard to pass out there. The tire wear was super important. This was just an all-around mentally and physically exhausting race.
Oh, it was. It most certainly was. I'm sweating like crazy right now. But it was not anything easy. It's just something about this track. You really have to hit your marks, and it's a really fine line on saving tires.
I think probably, I want to say for me anyway, I won't speak for these guys, but I think the little move of the race was that crossover you did coming across the tri-oval there and coming out of four, and then you dove way down onto the apron, made it stick, and you slid right up. Who were you racing right there? I don't recall, but you cleared them by pretty good little margin. So I mean, it wasn't like it was close. It was just a really smooth move, and it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't know who. I have to go back and watch the replay to be honest with you. Like I said, I had a pit strategy going in. I stuck with it. Talking with my teammates Jeremiah and Albert Anderson. We just stuck with it, and like I said, it's just patience. You got to learn patience when it comes to Nashville.
Speaking of patience, what about next week? Watkins Glen. What's your thoughts on that?
The goal there, keep it on the course. It's not even about being fast. It's trying to stay on the track.
And Watkins Glen's one of them tracks where there's not a lot of runoff area. You got a couple little gravel pits and stuff, but some of those turns, if you overshoot them or if it snaps around on you, you're going into a guardrail, and it might you might have to end up towing. So you're going to put some practice laps in?
Oh yeah, I've got plenty of lap times in at Watkins Glen. That's one of my favorite road courses. So
perfect.
Hopefully we'll come out of there with at least top 5, maybe a win if that's a plus. But like I said, top 5 would be good for me.
Well, you're in the money tonight. $25, man. You can spend it on a turkey. Happy Thanksgiving. Congrats.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. I appreciate everything you do, Kelly and Jess. And like I said, every weekend and week out, it's a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Well, we look forward to seeing what you can do next week. Are you going to be racing here with us on Friday?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm not afraid to race on dirt. I'm a redneck from the South. We love playing in dirt.
Amen.
Yes, sir. Well, on that note, then we'll let you go. And again, congrats here on the win.
Yep, thank you. I also want to give one last shout out to oh my goodness, I can't even. Octo Wraps. I'm sorry, excuse me. They painted the truck. He's going to kill me for that. But it's a freshly painted new sponsor I just brought on board. Great guy. Does a lot of good paints.
Awesome. Yes, definitely a solid looking truck up there for the win. And we'll see you on Friday.
Yes, sir. I will see you on Friday, man. Have a good night, guys.
He's even got a chrome roll bar. Check that out.
I know, right?
Yeah, really good looking truck. DrWrap.com.
But that is it, folks. That's the race. That's a wrap. And man, I knew we were in store for a good one, right? I mean, it's just a matter of getting things rolling, and between last week and this week, I would have picked this week to be, the race that goes flag to flag, but 2 weeks in a row, flag to flag of green flag racing. Other than that, competition yellow in the middle, man, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a. Mike Adams's motor just blew up. But we knew it was going to be one of those tracks that, I mean, it's for these guys, it's a mental marathon, if you think about it, because there's not a lot of cautions. We had one competition caution. These guys don't have a crew chief talking in their ear telling them what to do. They're having to think on the fly. And the strategy and stuff, once it starts to develop, and guys like Bittner who tried different things in the past, and he's trying to make them work for this race too. And it's really neat to see the strategy thing play out, and having that competition caution really made that happen tonight. So it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, so let's because we got actually a little bit to talk about here as we start to close this one down. So let's run through the final results here today, with Mike Adamson picking up the win, with Josh Bittner in second, bringing that 84 truck home there. Got the 728 of Timothy Pope in third, with the 5 of Tyler Green fourth. Alex Forget-Berube with a solid top 5 finish there, with Albert Anderson with a great run here today, bringing that 12 truck home in sixth. You got Josh Oxendive finishing here 7th, with Zach Wheeler in 8th. You got the 753 of Jeremiah Burke in 9th, with Eric Klafka in the 88, bringing home that top 10.
21 of Justin Hutchinson finishing in 11th. Pretty strong finish for him today. Glad to see him move up, and almost got a top 10 there, Justin. So 21 truck did pretty well today. So did the 82 of Michael Everidge, finishing 12th, up 4 spots overall. George Ricone, probably not the night he wanted. We saw him at practice really putting in some hard laps. He's really trying hard, and the 13th spot is where he'll end up tonight. The 15 of Jeffrey Green, we saw him get in a little run-in with a couple of cars that were slow on the track, and but brought that 15 truck home in 14th place. 29 of Dave Hot Rod Mabry, we saw him having to pit early because a little bit of damage he had. He'll end up 15th. Jack Dixon, the 07, Canada's own Jack Dixon's finishing 16th after starting in 8th, so he's probably not super happy about that. 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, another truck that started in the top 10 but slipped down and ended up finishing 17th. 17 of Brian Jablonski, finishing in 18th from 10th place where he started. The first car one lap down, the 020 of Simon Cobras Regis, finishing 19th. And rounding out your top 20, our lucky draw winner tonight, the 01 of Kelly Keel.
Yeah, following him, 81 of Jonathan Osborne had a tough night. We normally see him up front, 21st. 14, John Herdzik, 22nd. 91 of Rob Green, 23rd. 3 of Austin Paul, we know has a bunch of followers out there, 24th. Number 4, Deion Jones, 25th. The 999 of Jeff Snyder, 26th. And 43 laps down. Tough night. 37 car, Dustin Reilly in 27th.
All right, and so that concludes the race in action here today from Nashville. We thank you all for tuning in and watching week in and week out. That's why we do it, is for you guys, and we appreciate it when you guys reach out to us on all our platforms, whether that be Facebook, on Twitch, or YouTube. We definitely appreciate the interactions that you all have with us during these races. Also, big time thank you once again to Ricky Wittenberg and the D&D Racing Graphics and Johnson City Keller Williams of Tennessee there. Definitely, if you need a realtor, whether you're in that Tennessee area or abroad, definitely go and give him a call, and they'll get you set up with whether it be them or someone else, they'll get you set up with the right people, and all that kind of stuff feeds itself back into the league, and that is how you get a great product. What we see every Wednesday night here is through them. So definitely go give them some love. As well as on Friday, we are going to have a little Thanksgiving leftover scrambler in the stadium trucks at Crandon. That is not a race that you guys are going to want to miss. We're going to be jumping. We're going to be barrel rolling. We're going to be, it's going to be a blast. I know English and Turner, we both have, or all three of us have run there at one point or another, and man, it's nothing but an absolute good time there, taking a little bit of the seriousness out of it, but at the same time, going out there and enjoying some great racing action. So that start time will be about the same as this race was. I believe it's going to be starting right around that 9 Eastern time for the official race kind of starts with the heats. So we'll be live right around that 8:50 mark, as we always are, and we look forward to seeing everybody out there. But that's it for tonight from Nashville. I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off until Friday. Everybody, have yourself a great and happy Thanksgiving with your families. We will see you.
Yeah, happy Turkey, guys. Happy Turkey Day, guys. We gone.
See ya.